What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony, aka also known as the Senator Chaos, and I'm doing the video to talk about something that I've spoken on before, but this time the tone has gotten a little more serious. Um, the person who has actually drawn my attention to this is another YouTuber who goes by the name of Art of Kicks, and it's talking about the discussion of the penalties of copyrights for people who are content creators who do reaction videos and they get copyright strikes or whatever. I've spoken about it before. And I was thinking about, figuring out when I get more established and more well versed in, my platform and how to utilize my channel and, you know, use the programmings and stuff of that nature to react to certain things or whatever. But I don't feel like I want to entertain myself at all that headache unnecessarily. Whereas before in the beginning, you were free to do a lot of things, to help build your platform and expand upon your channel and subscribers and things of that nature. But now it has gotten to a point where it has gotten so technical. The rules have gotten more stricter to where you're more restricted. The community guidelines and everything else is just to the point where people are unable to expand. And this is why I brought up the suggestion of maybe a Netflix or other people who have other or greater influences that could create their own algorithm to set the stage of having their own channel or app where people could go in and they're not so much restricted from their right to free speech or freedom of expression and are able to do things. And I mean, I don't I don't know all the details about a lot of things. One of the things that I question is it's like, okay, so say if I have my channel and I started my channel off reacted to say music videos. Okay, let's just touch upon that. And I've been reactive for some time, and then all of a sudden, my followers have gotten up in the numbers and stuff like that. So, say maybe I hit like 1 million, and now I'm monetized, and now I do advertisements, and then I have promos and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, I'm going good for a good 3 or 4 months, and all of a sudden, I'm hitting with copyright dings and stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm being penalized. Now I'm at the point where I could be threatened with demonetization, and I'm probably won't be able to create another platform because of being penalized, you know. But now they're talking about, according to what Art of Kicks has stated, is that they're talking about having legal ramifications that if you know there's a copyright strike and you're found guilty of it, you could be subjected to felony charges and possibly do jail time, which is crazy. So you know you you can't react to certain things, and like I said, a lot of these reactors promote artists, and it's kind of a tit for tat. I'll rub your back, you scratch mine, or vice versa. And everybody wins. The reactors might get crumbs off of the situation of bringing the awareness to, the population, but the ones who benefit the most are the artists and the platforms such as YouTube. Let's use YouTube as an example, whatever. But now it's in the talks where they want to pass some kind of law to condemn you, basically. And this is what I'm talking. This is what I've said. This is what I've been saying. I said, you go back 40 something years ago, right? And people want talking about how, oh, the America's so great. America's better than any other country. We have liberties and freedoms and stuff that nobody else has, and da 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 da. But as time has progressed, as time has, as we have evolved as a society, so many things has changed. People are getting sued for stupid stuff that you wouldn't think you could sue somebody for. Everything you have to do that you was able to do 20, 30 years ago now requires you to have a license. You have to pay for it. And if you don't have a license to do this, that, and the other thing else, oh, you get fined. Certain things you didn't have to have. But now you have to have it as a requirement. Otherwise, you'll get fined. And people said, why have things changed? I tell you why. Because people have gotten greedy. You know? Now they're trying to structure things where they can hold you down, penalize you, keep you restricted, and have you follow certain rules and guidelines that they don't have to follow themselves. Okay, so this is what I wonder. So let's take YouTube, for example, and I've brought this up before. Whoever was the creator of YouTube, or who the CEOs are, or the people who run YouTube or whatever, and the people that sit back and observe everything, and some things might catch their attention where they're like, oh, we're going to play gods to this individual, and we can make or break them. Ooh, ooh, you got the power. So you penalize a person for reacting to, let's say, an Eminem song. Okay, he's an established artist. Obviously, his music under contract, whatever, has copyrights. It's understood. But how is it that if you penalize the content creator for reacting to a video, how come they are able to get that same video off of YouTube? How come YouTube don't get penalized? You're sharing the same content that somebody else is reacting to. You as a channel is sharing the same content. And then you say, okay, if you view this, you have to make sure that you're 18 years or older. But I could not go onto that person's channel and see the video for myself without any interruptions, without any feedback or narration to somebody speaking on it, giving their opinions and feedback on it, whatever, and watch the video uninterrupted in its entirety, but I don't have to verify my age. And you know something that's kind of crazy? So maybe you paid to stream all these videos. Maybe YouTube has a relationship with these people who have videos that they stream, or things that you could go to as a point of reference, whether you could watch old wrestling clips from WWE to watching my videos, or looking up your favorite artists and stuff like that. And it brings me to what Dave Chappelle said about the Chappelle Show with HBO and Netflix. Both entities decided to take it upon themselves to pay for the streaming so they can have the Dave Chappelle Show content as an option to be viewed on HBO Max platform on Netflix. Dave Chappelle said, "No, no, 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 no. Please take that down. Boycott my show." Netflix honored them. I don't know what HBO Max did. I don't know. Probably they told Dave Chappelle, "We do what we want," because there's some people who are arrogant. There's people who sit on their pedestals up here and feel like they can do whatever they want. And if they paid for you being the product, hey, they purchased, bought, whatever. They don't have to honor your wishes. Okay, fair enough. But here's the thing that I don't get. If I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn like when looking at in the earlier stages of when No Life Shaq was becoming big, even Art of Kicks and a few others, they were talking about how, if you react to certain videos, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they said that a percentage goes to like, YouTube, based on how many views they got off of that reaction video, and a percentage goes to the artist for the copyright and stuff like that. So if two people are already being taken care of, what the hell is the problem? If you're already paying people, before you even get money to see for yourself, where does the problem lie? Because you're paying somebody so you're able to have access and permission to use. I mean, it's confusing to me. I don't get it. I mean, I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna go the route of doing reaction videos, but I might be safer in the right spot, just doing my own thing. And as I further progress, um, come up with more original content, whereas I won't be penalized aside from when I cuss, because uh, I have no filter. I have to work on it. I know I'm not perfect. I'm flawed, but here's the thing, and this is what I don't agree with, and this is going to people who subscribe to my channel. I'm not I'm not going to penalize you because you have a voice. You have a voice for a reason, to speak your mind, as well as I do. Okay? Just because I don't agree with you, just because we don't see eye to eye, and even though I might have some power to silence you or disregard anything that you might comment under any of my videos, I choose not to, because how would I look trying to do what other people have done when you've seen how the whole debacle of the whole election went, when you see the right and the left, and the censorship behind that? How would I look trying to censor somebody who has a right to speak on a subject matter that I presented, that I put out there in the open for people to view, to see, to form an opinion, see through their own lens of perception, and then respond? Now, I don't have to agree with the response. That's my right. But I should be able to respect where another person is coming from, whether I agree with them or not. And that's where these people who sit on these pedestals got it messed up, because they have no level of respect. They don't care. And like I said before, people like platforms or channels like YouTube and other people who are entertaining this are going to shoot themselves in the foot, because they're just going to go back to just being a channel where you could just look up a video with nobody as being a content creator, existing on their platform. And it's just going to be a dry oasis, as I've said before. And YouTube is pretty much just going to be a afterthought, because somewhere along the line in the near future, someone's going to take advantage of the situation of YouTube being a restricted channel and say, hey, come over here. There's limited restrictions. Oh, of course, you're going to have some rules. I do understand that. But it won't be as intense as the direction that YouTube is going and other platforms following behind, or YouTube following behind, vice versa, whatever the case may be. And these laws that they're trying to pass to suppress people or penalize people is ridiculous. I mean, and that's the problem when people make laws. They make laws to restrict and penalize, which is nonsense. It's like what you were able to get away with before. Now it's become a law where it's illegal. So again, this whole slogan of the land of the free, this, that, and everything else, you know what? Just erase that. Just do away with that ideology, because that no longer exists. It doesn't. Don't even fool yourselves. Don't even entertain that slogan no more. Like people have said, this is the land of the free, ching, 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 home of the restricted. Hands bound and tied. Can't do nothing. But you got to wait for permission. Please, may I have permission to get up and go sit on the toilet and shit? Thank you. Much obliged. Come on now. Come on now. And people say, yeah, but this is still the greatest country. How? 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 It's going further and further into a sinkhole. That's why I'm so critical when people want to sit there and be quick to point the finger at other countries and talk shit about other people when they fail to realize what's going on within their own infrastructure and where their liberties and shit has gone. And it's the people who you put in these damn positions of power to not work in the favor of the people, but work in the favor of themselves and these self-interest groups in which they profit off of, because they pay them the big bucks to pass these damn laws and stuff like that, whereas you're nothing but a peasant. I know people might say, I don't agree with you, but look at what has unfolded throughout the years and even before you recently. How am I wrong? And it's not me complaining, it's me pointing out the obvious. There's a difference between complaining. Because I can complain and be like, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Versus, hey, I'm giving y'all heads up. You need to pay attention. This is what's taking place. This is what's transpiring. There's a difference between complaining and making people aware. I'm just saying. But I did make a joke, though. I did say something to the effect of, if you want original content, then I guess everybody's going to abandon their position as being a reactor and becoming an ASMR artist, talking about chakras and Reiki symbols and do these tingles and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I be watching that channel. Who am I fooling? Some of that shit's relaxing, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. But hey, or you can be a person with an original thought. Like you can, like say if you're an artist or something like that, and you know how to draw or paint and stuff like that, that could be something that you can do. Or you can share tutorials on how to use certain apps to create content and stuff. Like me. I used a lot of tutorials as a reference for the Snapseed app that I got to do my thumbnails and stuff. I'm getting a little better with it. I'm not satisfied, but before I didn't have a way to do thumbnails, and I started like, okay, how do you create a thumbnail? How do you do this? And out of curiosity, looked it up on YouTube, and lo and behold, there were many of people that showed you how to do this step by step by step. Some from different countries couldn't understand what they were saying. I was like, wait, next. But yeah, this thing that they're trying to pass with the penalizing people due to copyright infringement, shit, especially if you're a content creator doing reaction videos, that might be a thing of the past. I'm sorry to say. And I know that there are independent artists that do rely on these reactors to react to their, but due to how strict they are becoming with this stuff is scary for some, you know. And Artifix was talking about uh, people have built platforms streaming gaming, you know, people who are gamers and stuff like that. Now they're probably being at risk because he made a point of saying something to the effect of, okay, so if you have all these people in the same whatever, and you're the originator of the actual, you know, stream, live stream or whatever, and say somebody else is playing music from one of their favorite artists, you could be penalized for something that someone else do that they're playing or whatever, and you have no control over it. You see what I'm saying? So that's where it becomes a little touchy, you know. But of course, now I've gotten better with trying to leave links in under the comment section. I will leave I think 2 links for Art of Kicks. You can go see him and look at what it is that he was talking about in reference to me basically elaborating on his topic of discussion. Well, that's all I got for tonight. Until next time, until next video, please like, share, and subscribe. And you know how the drill goes. Peace.